was in this Pimp C tape?
All I can tell you, there was a famous R&B chick, and it was a guy that was getting money at the time. And, you know, Pimp, he used to be in the studio. And every now and then he'd have a camcorder, so he was able to get some footage. And he wanted to do something with the footage, but I don't know why he didn't do nothing with it. But if I could have got a hold of that tape, I'd be a billionaire, man. Hey, whoever it was, they went to kill me, man. I know TMZ would have paid a bank for that one, man. But yeah, it is a tape, and if you read the comments, a lot of people figured out. Okay. A lot of people figured out because, you know, people that was in Houston at the time, they know who was a little loose.
Hey man, I wasn't trying to hear that. In the streets, this was my older brother. In the studio, I was his older brother.
Pimp C really have a tape of somebody in the industry that would break the internet. You look like you done seen it, Marvin. You done seen it.
And he showed you a tape that will probably break the internet in today's world.
Right. She's a big time R&B. You know what I'm saying? But it was a lot of big time R&B back then. You know, I ain't gonna call them bitches women. You know, you had Mary J. Blige, you had Beyoncé.
They're talking about drum rolls, please. The one and only Beyoncé. Allegedly.
Anyone who was around Houston when whispers about a Pimp C recording were circulating knows exactly who was in the mix. And yeah, you already know who we're talking about. Drum roll, please, none other than Beyoncé. And that's not even the juiciest part. With the Epstein files making rounds, her name keeps popping up. And remember, there are still about 3 million documents yet to surface that might shed light on people who suddenly passed away, including, allegedly, Pimp C.
I'm saying, Sean Carter, you're a piece of shit. Taking Pimp C wasn't bad enough. You just want to go down there and you want to just remove all of the balls from every real gangster in Houston.
From what I've gathered, Beyonce's past, especially some of the more daring and provocative parts, is likely going to come under serious scrutiny too.
She's a brilliant musician, and she was trained at the esteemed Berklee College of Music. Handpicked by my very good friend, Terry Lynn Carrington, Dr. Terry Lynn Carrington, who put together Beyonce's entire female band, which was Matthew Knowles' idea because he couldn't get Beyonce to stop people. Guess you didn't know your daughter well enough because she just started all the girls.
Basically, people have been saying that there's no way Beyoncé and Jay-Z could be mingling with all these industry heavyweights, being business partners, attending those high-profile parties, and having multiple business connections without at least knowing what was going on, or being involved themselves. So it wouldn't be shocking if both Jay-Z and Beyoncé end up testifying. Specifically for Beyoncé, there's been endless speculation that she might have been aware of the inner workings of this transfer network. And I'm talking about everything. From when she officially started dating Jay-Z, including her age at the time, to the intimate situations she may have been involved in, similar to freak-offs. And this is where Pimp C and that alleged recording tie in. A little background. Back in the early 90s, Pimp C signed with Jive Records as part of UGK alongside Bun B, and they dropped their major label debut, Too Hard to Swallow. The duo gained nationwide attention in 2000 after featuring on Jay-Z's hit Big Pimpin', which climbed to number 18 on the Billboard Hot 100 and topped the Rhythmic Top 40. UGK then went on hiatus during the first half of the 2000s, with both artists pursuing solo careers. Tragically, on December 4th, 2007, Jay-Z's birthday, Pimp C was found dead in his hotel room. The coroner cited complications from heavy lean consumption and pre-existing sleep apnea as the cause. At the time, he was staying at the Mandrion Hotel in West Hollywood, working on new music and performing with Too Short. On the morning of his scheduled flight home, when his wife and cousin didn't hear from him, they called the hotel to check on him. Staff found him unresponsive, and paramedics pronounced him dead shortly after. Here's where it gets strange. DJ Paul from 3 6 Mafia mentioned that Pimp's manager saw him lying in a position that looked like he was praying, yet there were signs of blood, as if he had been struck. Apparently, Pimp was kneeling with candles burned all the way down, indicating he may have been dead for a day or so since he always lit those candles to sleep. Even Too Short shared that he found the circumstances suspicious. In an interview with Hip Hop DX, he said, "I can't believe it's been 10 years and I still haven't been able to come to terms with what happened." And in a Vlad TV interview, he added that the whole situation simply didn't make sense. Honestly, there's a pattern with these bizarre hotel room deaths, often alone, and it makes you wonder what is really going on with some celebrities. Think 27 Club vibes, you know?
But then it's like I heard somebody has clothes on or something. I don't know. Like I don't really know if all this is true, but I just heard parts like, I'm like, what happened to my guy?
Right.
And then they come out with the official. It was a mixture of some stuff, the prescription and something else or something that I don't really know. But with me, I never really heard something that would give that closure for me.
Mm-hmm.
I never really heard anything tangible or true, like what happened to my guy.
And he poured something into his drink. And when he came back from the restroom, he started drinking it and almost immediately started throwing up blood.
Now, let's dive into the Pimp C and Beyoncé situation, because honestly, this story goes deep. A lot has been said about what really happened to Pimp, including claims that someone with power wanted him gone. But one thing to know first, Pimp C never had love for Jay-Z. I know this because on an episode of The Art of Dialogue, record executive Greg Taylor shared a story about an awkward phone call between Jay-Z and Pimp C. Right after the deal for Jay-Z and UGK to work on Big Pimpin', Jay-Z called Pimp. And during that call, which was unfortunately on speakerphone, Pimp C openly dissed him.
He set it up a meeting to go meet with Dame Dash. So we go after I leave Java, go to Rock to the Rock. As soon as I sit down there, Dame Dash opened up his checkbook, cut a check for $1 million. I'm like, whoa. I was like, is this for sure? He was like, no. He said, we want to with UGK. I was like, what? He's like, we want to with your boys.
That's right.
So I immediately picked up the phone and called Pimp C. Because all I was trying to get was 100,000. When Dame cut that $1 million, I called Pimp on the phone like, yo, Pimp. And him and Jamal was in the house. And I could hear a tussle or some type of confrontation, right? And I'm like, calm down, bro. Y'all calm down, Pimp.
I ran up the cable bill.
They was fighting. Okay, they was fighting like hard. And I'm like, Pimp, stop whatever you doing right now. I told you what was going down with Jamal when you moved him up in there. I said, but right now, I got $1 million check for you. All we wanted was 100,000. I was just like, who is that with? I said, with Rockefeller. He was like, what? I was like, yeah. He was like, I'm watching Dan with the checkbook. He writing it out. He was like, ain't that with, over there with Jay-Z? I was like, yeah. He was like, man, tell him to take that check to go give it to Tupac Mama, man.
And he went in there and saw Pimp C body. Pimp C was still in there. He said Pimp C was like, he was laying down like he was praying. And but it was blood all over the bed, like he threw it up, but they thought he had been shot in the head. You know, they didn't know what the hell happened because there was blood all over the bed, but he was kneeled down like he had been praying. And the candles had been burnt all the way down. So they knew he had probably been dead for like a day or something because he always lit these candles to help him sleep.
Also, Pimp refused to take $1 million from Jay-Z's label because he felt they might cheat him, even saying they should give it to Tupac's mom instead. Interesting, right? What's the connection between Jay-Z and Tupac? Why would Pimp suggest giving the money to Tupac's mom? Anyway, Pimp C was vocal about the truth and never played the industry game. He called people out, didn't care who it was. Diddy Jay-Z, no one was off limits. And we all know the industry doesn't like loud truth tellers. On top of that, there's the rumor that he had something with Beyoncé and even a tape. If that wasn't enough to get someone targeted, I don't know what is. About Beyoncé, Bun B once recalled a studio session where Pimp C was present. Jay-Z called to see who was there, and when he was told Beyoncé was dressed provocatively, he demanded all the men, especially Pimp C, leave the room.
He's like, wait a minute, how many dudes are there? And so she's like, oh, it's about 9 or 10 guys, I guess, over there. Where are they now? They're in here, they're in the soundstage, they're kind of watching, watching her film. What is she wearing? They describe the outfit, and he's like, yo, clear the room.
Wow.
So they immediately come over to us, and they kick all of us out, send us up to our dressing rooms.
Wow.
And we're told to stay there until we have to shoot.
Okay.
We're not allowed to watch Beyoncé dance anymore in the video.
Actually, Bun B also mentioned that Beyonce's father once warned Pimp C not to get involved with her.
Matthew Knowles comes in and he asks Pimp, can I talk to you for a minute? And so they leave out for a couple of minutes and Pimp comes in and he's dying laughing. And we're like, what's wrong? He's like, yo, Matthew Knowles just told me don't his daughter, man. Please don't my daughter.
So basically the word on the street is that this is one of the things that might come up from Beyonce's past if she testifies. She's been mentioned multiple times in connection to Diddy and Epstein. There were reports that Cassie implicated both Jay-Z and Beyonce in her original lawsuit. The lawsuit was allegedly 60 pages at first, but got reduced to 35. In the removed pages, Cassie reportedly talked about Beyonce and Jay-Z being involved. Allegedly, she claimed that after witnessing Diddy hit her at a party, she ran upstairs and locked herself in a room. Diddy's security tracked her, and it took her over 30 minutes to compose herself. When she returned, Beyonce and Jessica Alba were waiting to check on her. Cassie said Beyonce was visibly upset. When Diddy and Jay-Z approached, Beyonce reportedly exploded, yelling at Diddy for his actions. Diddy got on his knees and apologized to Cassie, Beyonce, and Jessica. Beyonce was also said to be furious with Jay-Z, asking why he was comforting Diddy instead of addressing him, even hinting she was starting to lose respect for him. After that, Beyonce, Cassie, Jessica, and around 25 others reportedly left the party. Cassie left with Jessica and her group because she knew Diddy might track her if she left with Beyonce. And don't forget Jaguar Wright's claim that Jay-Z and Beyonce allegedly forced people onto planes while unconscious for illegal transport.
Potentially, do you think there could be?
Thousands. I've talked to hundreds that I deal with still myself. I have 3 victims right now who are willing to give testimony about not only what Mr. Carter has done to them, but his wife as well. They do nasty things.
What do you think happened with Kim
Keeping people against their will. Putting people on planes while they're unconscious, just like Aaliyah got on that plane. And everyone knows it. The wiretapping of the phones, putting AirTag on children during visits. These are normal practices that these people do.
Isn't that similar to what Diddy and Epstein are accused of? Plus, there are claims that Beyonce also took part in the freak-offs. Like I said, it's a lot to digest. The bigger question, could Jay-Z have been connected to Pimp C's death? There's no solid proof, but the whispers never died. Could it all come back up because of Diddy's mess? Absolutely. One domino falls, the whole thing could collapse. If Beyonce and Jay-Z take the stand, it's unlikely their skeletons won't surface. What do you think? Can they dodge it? Let me know in the comments.